Oh, schön macht Rincewind das. Sonst hat man nur das und das Eis. Gehen wir weiter. Muss ich sagen, ich liebe auch diese Zeichentrick-Animationen. Die sind so schön.
Just some old barrels. No, there's nothing in them. No, can't move it. What a great grate. Hey, there's the milkmaid. Quite a flattering angle, really. What a great grate. Hey, there's the milkmaid. Quite a flattering angle, really.
Ach, aber ich wollte doch... Also man geht eh da hoch. Okay, dann gehe ich auch hoch. Gut, dann sind wir hier rum. Das ist eh das gleiche, Hauptsache raus, oder? Okay. Gehen wir mal zum Shop.
Wandering shop. No one knows why. But all the most truly mysterious and magical items are brought from shops that appear and, after a trading life even briefer than a double glazing company's, vanish like smoke. They can turn up wherever there's a suitable stretch of blank wall. But once there, they have always been there. Dust and grime and a general worn look instantly dispel any doubts in the minds of people who may have walked down that same street every day for a year without noticing it. There are three general theories to explain the phenomenon of wandering shops. 1. Many thousands of years ago, there evolved somewhere in the multiverse a race whose single talent was to buy cheap and sell dear. 2. They are the creation of a sympathetic fate, charged with the role of supplying exactly the right thing at the right time. 3. They are simply a very clever way of getting around the various Sunday closing acts. All these theories have two things in common. They explain the known facts, and they are completely and utterly wrong.
Schön. An den Spruch kann ich mich auch noch erinnern. Oh, da haben.
A stuffed flamingo. Yes, well, I'm not quite sure what it's doing in an adventure shop, but if you must have a flamingo, then I suppose this is as good a place as any in which to put it. Just what I've always wanted. I don't suppose I can have it then.
Why not? It's yours. You only had to ask.
One alligator, badly stuffed. Well, every magical shop has to have one, I suppose. That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly not. It's not for sale.
Books. The perfect resting place for overfull coffee cups. I'll have to get a few more of those. That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly not. It's not for sale.
Frog-scented incense? Extra smoky? Frog-scented? In the middle of summer? These people are barbarians. That looks interesting. Could I possibly have it then?
Certainly.
That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly.
What? No mumbo-jumbo? No sudden insistence that I go on a special quest or anything?
What? Me? Order a princess about? Whatever are you thinking?
Princess.
What, shall I get inside it? No. Let's just leave him alone. What, shall I get inside it? No! Stuffed fish? Well, you'd be stuffed too if you'd had your innards replaced with old wool bits and cotton scraps. Candles, excellent. These should do the job nicely. Nope, can't reach them. I better ask her first anyway.
Huh?
A strange machine. I don't know what it does, and I'm fairly certain I'll rest better tonight for never having known. Maybe it has something to do with this being called a wandering shop. An old woman. Well, I say old, but given the cruel abuses of this dingy level of technology, the possibilities of childhood malnutrition and debilitating diseases in later life, that gives a fair range, doesn't it? And even if she is old, I mean, old is a relative term. She's older to some people and younger to others.
Hey there, Your Highness. And aren't you a pretty little girl?
I'm not a little girl, I'm a powerful and dignified magician.
Why are you dressed up as a princess, then?
I most certainly am not.
You've got a tall, pointy hat. All princesses have tall, pointy hats.
Look, it's not...
And a dress. A tall, pointy hat and a dress. That's a princess in my book.
So how do you explain the beard, then, eh? Eh?
I thought that was just probably your peasant blood, dear. A lot of men find a bit of hair sultry and attractive.
I wish a lot of women did. I can't really see that this shop serves any valid social purpose at all. It all seems like a total waste of resources.
Well, that's nice coming from a princess.
Look, for the last time, I am not a princess.
Okay, Your Highness.
Look, all joking apart, what are you selling?
Well, Your Highness, this here is an adventure shop. It has all the marvellous things people need when they decide that their main calling in life is to find a hole in the ground, collect some friends, and then go delving into the underground, armed only with swords, rope, 10-foot poles, halberds, 6 torches, and a flask of oil.
Good gracious. And is there actually much of a demand for this?
No. It's all collectible trading cards these days. Dimwick, the smothering. It's taken all the fun out of the business. I can't even shift magic items anymore.
Magic items? What, elven cloaks, magic swords, boots of speed, that kind of thing?
That's the stuff. We don't really stock the boots anymore, though. We did have boots of domination, but a female barbarian already bought up those. Anyway, do have a browse, Your Highness, and let me know if there's anything you want.
Actually...
Candles? You do candles?
Yes, Your Royal Highness. I make them by hand. Well, I would make them by hand, but everyone just uses continual light spells these days. I don't really stock candles anymore.
Yeah, well,
those are just display models made out of plaster.
But you could make me some if you had the chance.
Oh, yes, love. I just need you to bring me the raw materials. Now, your grade A candle, that's made from dead whales. We used to use their nasal hairs, but these days a true pure white candle is made from spermaceti.
Where does that come from?
I never dared ask, love. Anyway, the next best thing is beeswax.
Beeswax, right.
We used to have a lovely bee milking parlour out the back. The bees insisted it was the only way to get the job done. Every evening, we'd round up the bees and settle them down in little chairs, give them all a newspaper, and let them wax away to their heart's content. Then someone pointed out that all we had to do was open up the hive and scoop out all the wax we want. The little buzzers had been having us on all along.
You just can't trust a bee, can you?
That's just what I always say, Your Royal Highness.
Oh, stop it.
Ich gehe da mal.
Bis sehen, ihr nehmt.
Das heißt, ich muss irgendwo Bienen finden, aber ich glaube, ich kann mich noch erinnern, wo das ist. Es ist irre. Ich habe das schon so lange, es ist schon so lange her, wo ich das gespielt habe, und trotzdem kann ich mich erinnern, wo ich Bienen finde. Aber, ach stimmt, Wandering Shop. Dann gehen wir doch mal in die Shades.
Oh, hello. And what in the world are you? Yes, yes. Well, I didn't understand a word of that at all. Sorry.
Das war Rattentod. Mein liebster Charakter überhaupt. Er spricht nur Quiek. Also Großbuchstaben Quiek, weil alle Tode sprechen Quiek. Also sprechen Großbuchstaben. Und, ach Gott. Stimmt, ja. Er kann ihn noch nicht kennen. Irgendwann kriege ich ein Tattoo von Rattentod. Einfach weil ich es will.
A vile smell? An ambulatory vile smell? Yes, well that's brought some life into my day.
Wir kommen raus.
An old clay pot. I wonder what that was used for.
Oh, was mit dem Regen? Ich wandere hier noch ein bisschen rum. Aber hier muss ich einige Zeit aufwenden, das weiß ich jetzt schon.
Bring out your living dead. Bring out your living dead. Dead collected, corpses transported. Guaranteed disposal to far-off climes. The dear departed stay departed. They like it so much they never come back. Highly recommended service. Well, obviously the transportees themselves won't recommend us, but complaints are never ever received either. Bring out your living dead.
Ich frage mich gerade, wie lange ist Tod schon verschwunden? Oder wie geht's ab mit in Ankh-Morpork, dass jetzt schon ein Living Dead Collector da rumrennt?
Dead, sir?
Dead? Of course I'm not dead. Do I look dead?
No, hard to tell sometimes these days, sir. It's just that if you're dead, then you're stuck in trade. Our post-mortem travel service offers dozens of very exciting internment locations.
Look, I am not dead.
Look, you seem a little bit peaky. Why don't you just hop on the old cart for a minute, and if you pop off, then it saves us all a lot of trouble.
If it's all the same to you, I think I'll avoid resting my backside on a pile of carrion.
Suit yourself, sir. I'm sure they don't mind.
Foreign climes? For a corpse?
Well, corpses have needs too, sir. It's not all just fun and games being dead. There's a sudden stiffness in the joints, continual growth of hair and fingernails, not to mention noisy poltergeists and neighbours who dislike being gnawed.
Ignored?
No, gnawed. You know, maggots and such like. Pshaw. Should hear the way some of them go on about it. I mean, it's not like there's anything I can do about it. Still, I thought the offer of a few exotic locations for internment might soften the blow, as it were, sir.
So, how is business these days?
Tailing off, to tell you the truth, sir. Most of the dead hereabouts nowadays provide their own transport.
What? They just start walking around all by themselves?
Yeah, bloody cheek. 1 minute you've got a livelihood, and the next minute everyone decides to be a zombie. All posh-like, and starts walking about and frightening school children. I've had to ruin myself, making my service more attractive.
Attractive? How?
Well, used to be we'd just take the stiffs and chuck them into the plague pit outside of the town. No, beautiful ceremony it was. Very touching, watching them slide down and go thump at the bottom of the hole. Real poignant, like. Now, though, you have to make it seem more attractive than wandering the streets as one of the walking dead. So now we offer transport to foreign climes. You know, sun, beaches, relaxation, that sort of thing. Hopefully it's just what your freshly snuffed corpse desires. A good holiday to get some of the kinks out.
Kinks.
Posthumous travel services. I wonder if he gets many return customers. Look, I'm afraid I have to be somewhere else.
Dann kommt man raus. So. Okay.
I better ask her about buying it. No, I don't think so. I have a nasty feeling that this skull motif will come up a lot later on.
With cake.
One crystal ball, complete with test pattern. Just snow. Guess I don't know how to work it.
Is it? Oh, I haven't been outside.
Hello there. Nice day. Eh?
What? How dare you? Well, now you're just talking rubbish. Order your thoughts, young man. Is it? Oh, I haven't been outside.
Hello there. Nice day. Eh?
What? How dare you?
Look, I believe you're fouling up this whole conversation.
What do you mean? How do I do it? Well, now you're just talking rubbish. Order your thoughts, young man. Is it? Oh, I haven't been outside.
Hello there. Nice day. Eh?
What? How dare you?
Look, I believe you're fouling up this whole conversation.
What do you mean? How do I do it?
I just don't believe the hash you're making of a simple conversation. How are you managing to do it?
Ooh, yes, that's what I am. Why, does it show?
She's talking like she already knows what I'm going to say. Is she a clairvoyant?
Well, it's nice to start all over again. I'm sorry about all that. Sometimes I forget I've left it on, you see.
Hello there. Nice day. Oh, damn it, we're back here again.
Eh? Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my precognition off. There we are. That should be much easier.
Die Eule.
Thank heavens that's all over.
I'm so very sorry about that, young man. I'll forget my own head next. Now, how may I help you?
A psychic, eh? Well, who'd have thought it?
You did, do you? About 3 minutes from now.
Do you really get away with all this? Just pretending to read other people's thoughts for a living?
Well, it's not as if I'm making money at it. Ask most people to crush your palm with silver and they look at you like you're some sort of beggar. The only fringe benefit these days is the ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm? What do you use that for?
Never you mind. I am too.
You're not really a psychic.
I will.
Prove it.
All right, ask them.
I know. Answer my questions.
Blue.
Describe my favourite colour.
A rash.
Describe what I got for my birthday.
Fat, toothless and covered with sauce.
Describe my breakfast.
Frilly underwear.
Nope. I just can't remember what I meant to ask just then.
I do, and you ought to wash your mind with soap and water. Now, why don't you just go off about your business, or I'll tell all the nice audience about what you keep in your sock drawer.
Might I borrow that genie bottle you have on the shelf up there?
I tell you what, you can have the bottle, but only if you get me some nice, fresh ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm? That stuff that drips down walls? Sort of ghostly goo?
That's the stuff. Nice and slippery.
Won't the wallpaper get all sticky?
That's what the punters want these days, dear. They don't think you're a proper psychic unless there's ectoplasm sloshing all over the place.
Where does ectoplasm come from, anyway?
Ooh, you can wring it out of spirits if you can catch them. Squish it out of them like wringing laundry.
Is there much of a commercial call for ectoplasm? Usually pause for thought. Well, that's it for now.
Was ist das für eine Tür? Also ich glaube, ich weiß noch, aber...
Hello there!
Ha! A likely story. That's just the sort of attitude I've come to expect from you living fascists.
What? I never said a word.
Words? Yeah, right. That's where it starts. Dead common. Dead boring. You've used them. Don't say you haven't.
I'm not prejudiced. I'm dead set against it.
See? There you go. If there's ever going to be any justice for us undead, then we have to start at the grassroots.
Oh, a bit lower than that, surely.
don't you try to dictate our level of activity. Lively, dead right. That's what we want. So if you're not dead, then drop dead. This club's for the children of the night, so if you want to live it up, right, you go elsewhere.
Okay.
Lovely, a cartload of corpses. Still, I suppose it's nice to get out for a bit of a ride in the fresh air.
Hey, you, leave them alone. If you want to join them, you need to be dead first.
Eben hat mich noch so angeheuert, geworben. Wollte, setz dich drauf, hier, komm. Was ist?
I'm not putting my hands in there.
Mein Eis ist weg. Ah.
Slops. I don't think we ought to examine this one too closely. I guess this is the bucket they all kick before they go. Nope. Afraid it's welded to the floor. Jars, eh? I'd say somebody around here has a pickling fetish. I'm already in enough of a pickle. Fortunately, it's locked. Honestly, some people. You give them a tool and they spend the next 10 years of their life just playing with it.
Sorry.
Anyone else round here have any sense of stability? Of aims and goals? A sensible grip on life?
Ich wollte nur hier den Schrank.
Can you imagine what horrors that could be kept in here? Fortunately, it's locked. Granny Weatherwax. A tough lady, this one. Best to let her get the beauty sleep she so obviously needs. As she can't answer, there doesn't really seem any point. As she can't answer, there doesn't really seem any point.
Ja, sicher, dass sie tot ist? Ich meine, jetzt hier gerade.
As she can't answer, there doesn't really seem any point.
Ich bin mal wieder. Du bist echt keine Hilfe. Mein Freund. Was war das denn? Nein, ich sehe. Ah, er hat sich mir selber gefunden.
Well, the one saving grace is that the loss of the poor fellow's cranium probably didn't interfere with his thinking.
Oh, schön.
Barkeeper, I'll have a pint of Winkle's Extra Flatulent, my good man. Down here! Oi! I said I'll have... Oi, come back here! Don't you know who I am? I am Casenanda, the second greatest lover who ever lived, and the ladder salesman extraordinaire. Come back!
One vampire. And a pathetic-looking one at that. I suppose you might classify him not as undead, but more as anti-living. And look at his teeth. I bet they'd get the blood out of anything. Strange, though. I wonder if they're real.
Oh, blood, blood, blood.
I'm sorry?
Nothing. Just trying to get into the role, that's all.
So, you're a vampire, then?
Indeed. Child of darkness, hell brethren, that sort of thing. Well, it's a job. Someone's got to do it.
So what do you do? I mean, I've often wondered just how a vampire spends its time.
Well, I am the night, you see.
No, not really.
Well, that is just my point. How is anybody supposed to be the knight? It's not much of a job description now, is it? It's not as if you're even asked. Just one night you're walking home and woof, you're a vampire.
Is it that bad, though? I mean, think of all the advantages.
What advantages? You tell me.
Ooh, lower food bills, low-cost housing, and black goes with everything, of course.
Yeah, but it's this whole night thing that gets me. I never stayed out beyond 8 p.m. in the old days, and now look at me. It's like the black hole of Jelly Baby out there. I keep falling over. Being undead doesn't mean I've got eyes like a cat, you know. I mean, I wish I had, but I haven't. So if I want to do any really good stalking, I have to carry a lantern, which pretty much defeats the whole business. I look silly.
Well, is there some way other than just stalking?
Well, I tried advertising. Wanted. Victims to be drained of their lifeblood by a hungry vampire. Yeah, you'd be astonished at how little response there was.
Quite.
And when I thought about it, the whole business seemed wrong. So I decided to give the whole blood thing a miss and start sucking something else. So I started on strawberry jam.
Did it work?
Well, it tastes better, but now look what's happened. See? I rotted my teeth. Who ever heard of a vampire with false teeth?
I'd sympathise with you more if I didn't have this awful foreboding that I'm going to have to use you later on as part of some overcomplicated little scheme.
Im Deutschen war es, glaube ich, Bloody Mary. Oh, strawberry jam.
You're not a vampire?
I am! Look! I've got the cloak! I've even got the frilly shirt. Think I'd be seen wearing this lot if I was alive? Look at this! That's for draining blood, that is. Yeah, terrified now, eh? Frozen by my powers. Hypnotized by the terror that strikes out of the night.
Gothic horror is dead at last. I wonder if anybody will miss it. So, this is it. You're just going to sit in here and avoid being a vampire at all? Haven't you got somewhere better to go than a seedy little bar?
Where should I go? Oh, you ought to see my home, my friend. A coffin at the graveyard. You call that comfort, because I don't. I'll creep into the crypt at the dawn and not a moment before.
A toothless old vampire drinking a Bloody Mary without much Mary? Can life or undeath offer any deeper degradation than this? If it does, I'm sure we'll soon find out. Well, that's it for now. Looks like a Bloody Mary to me, with the odd protozoan in it for flavour.
Okay. Da ist nicht viel. Gut. So, da sind wir wieder. Hier ging sie nicht weiter. Wir haben schon mit dem Vampir gequatscht. Drinks. Ach.
What have we here then? Winkle's Old Peculiar? Bear Huggers Extremely Odd? If that's gin over there, why does the cork keep trying to unscrew itself?
So. Die Frage ist auch, kennt ihr eventuell die Stimme von Vincent? Ich habe es eben beim Vorspann gelesen und habe mich sehr darüber gefreut. Also, wem Eric Idle was sagt, Mensch mit Kultur.
A troll. Entirely made from rock, but probably not as smart. Casananda, the world's second greatest lover. It would seem that small things do go a long way.
There's a place you're always welcome, that's as nice as it can be. Everyone can get in, 'cause it's absolutely free.